Hi there, and welcome to another episode here on Bustthenet. Yes, these are the Gloucester City Diaries. This is the FM Tactics Show, and on this show, I use your tactics in Gloucester City, and sometimes I use your tactic, and sometimes I try something different with your tactic. And on today's show, we've got Burtko's tactic, and we are facing Manchester United. So one of the things I usually do when it comes to matches that are kind of important and I really want to win is I do my homework. So Manchester United, they've had a fairly decent season away from home. They beat Middlesbrough 3-0. They lost to Paris Saint Germain. I don't know, Jermaine. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. But here, away from home, they hammered Middlesbrough 3-0. So what I want to do is I actually will go in and I'll start looking at their key pass combinations to see how United play. And for me, that's really important. So they play with a 4-2-3-1. Here you got Montalvo and Henri, Lazarus, Saiza. I had a news report coming in saying I have to be wary about this player. He likes to run the ball through the center and likes to be the offside trap and knocks the ball past the opponent. Dear Lord, he's got acceleration on 19. This guy doesn't just run, he's grease lightning. Okay, so we got to look out, and so I like to look at this first. Then after that, I've got a good idea what their formation plays like. Then I look at key pass combinations to see where they build their play up. Now, everything seems to move through these two guys. In between the two central midfielders, Montalvo pushes up, and this dude stays back. But you can see the link between these two. There's this thick white line here, right? So a lot of the passes go through Maxime Morissette. And even though this guy pushes the ball up, it's Yuri Henrique who's the real danger man. Okay, he's the one I've got to look out for. So we're going to have to try and shut this down. But the problem here for me is this is going to cause a dilemma for us. Because if you look at all their key pass combinations, 65, 79, and 51, to be honest, that's not a lot. Because I've seen tactics with 100. I've seen key pass combinations with a lot higher than that. Makes me think that this is a pretty fast tactic, like direct. Even though they have 658 passes done in that match, it's a very, very attacking tactic. So let's look. And then the other thing I want to do is now that I know that it's either we have to be worried about Henrik. Looking at his pass completion, what kind of pass, where does he play most of his passes to? Then I'm looking at his relative movement. You can see the relative movement across the pitch. Like he does a lot of sideways movements, but he does a lot of passes from the back. He does deep passes as well. So I'm looking at Montalvo's pass completion rate. He plays more on this side, so he links up the play. A lot of direct passes down the flanks where they try to occupy. So I'm looking at the kind of passes they make. So he makes these surging passes into space. And then we got Henri. He's the link player in the team. So most of his passes are linking. They're all shorter, so he's linking play up with the other, with this guy. So he links up here. This guy just searches out and destroys people. Oh dear Lord, this is not going to be fun. Okay, so we got that. We know what we have to do. That combination in midfield is a problem for me, and this is the time when I get problems in my head because there are two now. It's not one but two. So what do we do? Okay, against United, I'm probably going to try something pretty radical. The same tactic, but we're going to shoot less often, I'm going to remove all these PIs, shoot less often, dribble less, I'm going to remove that too. Pass it shorter, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove dribble less, shoot less often, we're going to remove. I'm going to remove all of these PIs and TIs. Okay, we're going to keep things relatively simple. This is fine. This is the only joker who's gonna have anything on him. We're gonna play counter structured, and we're gonna clear all this. I'm just going to go structured. I'm going to play counter. We're going to be fairly wide. I'm going to play with an offside trap, slightly higher, and we're going to pass into space. That's it. Okay, and here I go to the opposition instructions. We're going to focus on shutting down. If there's going to be any DM in the system, we'll shut him down. That in the match itself, I'll make a decision as to what we're going to do with the rest of the players. Okay, so here we go. I want to see what they do. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. They got Celso now. Celso and Henri. Why do you keep doing this to me? Okay. I done all my homework. You go and change the player. Oh, man. Celso passing 16. Decision 17. Vision 18. Okay, they're going to play the same way. Henri, I'm expecting him to do simple passes like 16. First touch, balance is 15. Okay, we can try closing him down, and we go to the back line, and I'm going to try and hit into space. My problem, Cesar Lopez is not available. Big, huge loss for us. It's a humongous loss for us that we don't have Cesar Lopez. So I have Germano here. He's in attack. We got Olmedo here. I am toying with the idea of putting in Alpa Kucherka, and Olmedo is here, and Jackman has to come into defense. Not necessary. Jackman can come here. Then Borthwick can come and play for Olmedo, and Olmedo can sit on the bench. František Hajduk is not 100%. My best defender is not 100%. 85%. We'll start with him, and then we'll bring on Marcio Agustinho if we need to. Because if a player is at 85% can still play. Alright, here we go. Alright, so Ini, Mini, Mini, Mo, cash to closing down by the toe. That's how I play? No, we shall go and close down Lo Celso. Alright. This guy is the guy who's going to create. He's going to link up with this player here. But the guy who's searching passes and looking for these players up top is actually Lo Celso. That's what I've noticed from the initial scouting report that we've done. And we're going to play counter structure, and we are going to try and hit them if they attack us into space. Itama with the ball goes down. Castro. I'm really hoping this works. Lo Celso to Itama down. Borthwick, Jackson to Lo Celso, back into the box. Hajduk wins that. Jackman to Betinho to Zé Gomes out to Pipoli. Pipoli looks around and goes, I can't beat Estrada from here. Okay, Dembele, Collado hits it away, goes down the line. Itama back to Dembele goes, I want to strike a goal. Lo Celso, they clear the danger, and Zé Gomes. Well, that's I kind of expected that kind of a start from United, which is the reason why I'm playing counter-structured. I kind of expected that whirlwind start from them. Dembele with the free kick. It's going to go wide. There are matches where here is, like, I'm going to try and beat them playing counter-attacking football. It's something I don't do very often. But we're hoping that this can work. I'm always hoping shit works. Okay. So 81%, Jackman's at 6.8. 20 minutes. We're not looking to exploit anything radical in terms of, like, I'm not going for strong overloads here. I'm just hoping to hit them in space and just do a good job of keeping a solid back line. And we are overloading ourselves defensively. That's all. Castro comes back. Zuniga wins the ball. Zuniga does it again. Zuniga is putting pressure on Castro to Damia. Damia to Estrada. Son of Eric Estrada. Henrique already on a yellow card to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it out to Castro. Castro, well, we're going to give him some space because we are playing on counter structure. So we have given the flanks to them. We're basically inviting United. Come on. If you think you can cross, go for it. Pipoli. We just don't want you to run at us. Zé Gomes, back to Pipoli. Pipoli out to Betinho. Betinho playing in place of Cesar Lopez. Runs at the box. Come on, you beauty. Yes! What a goal! Gloucester City have taken the lead against Manchester United. Oh, I love it. I love this. What a goal. And this is us playing counter-attacking football. Not very often you see me doing this. I mean, this whole season I've been playing control, I've been playing attacking. I just wanted to go back to something counter. Just a different way of approaching this tactic. Castro. But, United are definitely trying to score against us. And I do expect them to create some very good opportunities. We are literally, giving them the flanks and inviting United to cross. That is basically how we're playing. Zuniga to Pipoli. Pipoli out to Betinho. Betinho, don't be a hero, man. You already did a fantastic thing earlier. Collado out to Germano. Betinho is playing as the playmaker, but I don't think he does not have sit narrow on him. So he's going to stretch play. De Gea, long kick out. Itama, he's got all these defenders going. Which one of us is going to take him on? De Bruyne to Itama. Itama. Yes, Itama. Germano comes back in, reads the play. Jack Button seriously has got to go to the school of distribution. Castro crosses it up. Butland makes a routine save. That's not too bad, boys. Okay, Butland now with the ball. Okay, Dimitrov to Dembele. Dembele comes away to Itama. Itama now. Oh, they're coming in. We're keeping a pretty narrow shape. As they come in, we're narrow, and it's not easy for them to dribble through the middle. Germano to Jackman. Jackman, Enrique to Itama. Itama is being... Collado wins the day. Borthwick Jackson wins the battle. We haven't won the day yet. Webster to Zuniga. Zuniga to Germano. Germano to Pipoli. Pipoli to Betinho. Betinho, I think, is sitting narrow. He is sitting narrow. Enrique to Dembele. I didn't change that part of his game. All right, Dembele. Jackman wins that again. Betinho back to Hajek. Hajek to Collado to Jackman to Betinho. Yes, we're not using dribble less. Germano, we're using rolls where I'm pretty certain they will dribble less anyway. Those that have dribble less as an option. So the players are going to use their decision making to make that decision. Yeah, that's what happens in the game. Pipoli with a corner to Zuniga. Zuniga, thank you very much. You won the corner back. So action zones pretty okay at the moment. A lot of the drama is happening in our half. Pipoli to Zuniga. Pipoli with a corner. It's into the safe hands of the should be leaving United very soon, De Gea. František Hajek was a major decision for us. We needed to play him because he's the most rock solid fullback we have on the left flank. Borthwick to Zuniga. 2-0. Zuniga is scored. Gloucester City 2, Manchester United 0. It's time to have some fun. What a Betinho, Borthwick, Jackson. Look at that. The switch up confused the players. Zuniga. It's like as if two players crossed each other. They became one. Everybody assumed there's one player, and then they went, oh, could it be a bug? So we'll start with the second half. Jackman plays it to Borthwick, Jackson to Betinho. Pause for a cause. Betinho loses the ball. Okay, this is the time when I'm toying with the idea of telling him not to dribble more, but I don't know what. This is one of those times that I don't know what to do, right? Everything seems to be working well, but I know Betinho cannot dribble the ball. So question mark is, do I let him do what he's doing? And because dribbling actually helps with overloading, so that's my dilemma at the moment. Lo Celso back to Lo Celso. Webster reads that. Jackman tries to win that back. Enrique having too much time on the ball, gets it to Martial to Saiza shoots Butland. The good news is the game plan that they had, which was to use one player to hit teams into space, we knew that would be a strategy that United would be using against us, and I'm hoping that our setup can help. That's all I can hope for, because my plan was to nullify that portion of their game plan. Jackman free kick, Shoots. Skies it. He should have done a lot better. He has so much time on the ball. Okay. Hajek, we're still going to keep him on the pitch until he... Dear Lord, I'm looking at Hajek and Elia Pipoli gets injured. We need him for the match against our Champions League match. So Pascal Costa will come up and take his spot. Pull hamstring. No, please. Yeah, we pull the hamstring. It's not a long-term injury. I really believe it. So I hope it's not a long-term injury. Zé Gomez away with the ball. I want to throw something at that dot on the screen right now. All right, we've got 66 minutes. Now I have to take Hajek off because we have a Champions League match coming up and he has to be playing that game. So we're going to bring on Agostinho, the youngster. Now we are vulnerable because I've taken off two of my better players and I put on a youngster, Agostinho. So I'm hoping that we do well. That's all I can hope for. Germano to Betinho back to Colado. Yes, my AP is still sitting narrow, so I get the ability to do overloads on the left side. Betinho, when we do have the ball, Germano, come on, you got somebody there to pass to, you stupid piece of shit. 70 minutes in. Okay, Betinho goes away, loses out Damlier. That's one of the things about having a player who can dribble. But he should be able to, pass the ball and do stuff with the ball as well. If I wanted to play an AP with, I wish I had Eden Hazard. Kevin Jackman's at 69%. Okay, our last substitution might have to be made because Champions League is still important. Martial. Still, they're not getting any easy chances. United's 4-2-3-1, getting pushed around by a counter structure. Now we're not attacking their 4-2-3-1. We're just playing counter attacking football against them. All right. Well, last substitution for the match. We're gonna bring on Kachuka for the quickly tiring Kevin Jackman. So Burtko, I've taken your tactic and just played it slightly differently. I hope it gives you some options when you use this system next time. Like as I've said before, if too many PIs, and you sometimes stifle the role. And if you have the players for it, then why not release them? Let them play the way the roles are supposed to be played. And then what is going to happen is attributes and just simple instructions can do wonders for your system. So we actually wanted to create a play counter-attacking football against United, but we did quite well because if you notice, we've done pretty well with ball retention. The ball retention actually worked because of simple things like overloading certain zones in the pitch with the right duties, and with one I wouldn't call it a major change, it's more like a minor change. Let me explain. Okay, what happened here? We have Betinho. He wasn't told to sit narrow, but he did sit narrow in the end, so that's good for us. He was always cupping in and sitting narrower here for a lot of the movement, so I'm very happy with his off the ball. It just tells me that his off the ball was good and his decision making was wasn't half bad. So good. Betinho kept cutting inside. Jackman played a decent game. So as you can see, most of the PIs and TIs, they're the same. There are no PIs on any of my players in the team except for the goalkeeper. So nothing different. And far as TIs were concerned, we just used pass into space. I think we did go slightly higher as a defensive line. I'm not too sure. Fairly wide, pass into space, use offside trap. We kept it very, very simple. And there are certainly ways that we can do this. The tactic has no PIs. So if I don't even need to upload this tactic. The only thing I did in this game was we use opposition instructions to put pressure on the opposition team. We use the roles as they are, but this is where it gets interesting. All right. We got a wingback on support. During the midfield transition, what I'm going to get is a pretty aggressive midfield pairing here. This wingback on support is going to come here, forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got basically 5 players here, potentially 6, just cramping this area of the pitch up during our transitions, which should help us with ball retention. And we only had this one player create our Ramdata on the right flank. It was not a bad performance. I'm happy with how we played. We managed to beat them with a counter attacking goal in the 26th minute, and then from a corner in before the end of the first half, we made it 2. So here we go, Pipoli with the ball out to Betinho. Look at the overload it creates, and then we have this going on the opposite flank. So the thing is that the game, if you can't choose the right roles and duties, generally you don't really need to do very much. Most of the time, and this is something I've noticed, people make mistakes more with player selection and attributes. So they don't get it right. Here there's one big difference in my tactic. Germano, I know that he has got comes deep to get the ball, so I'm not worried about him having an attack duty here. Even with this Ramdaughter attack, there's something about when we want to recycle possession, he's going to drop a bit deep and he's going to get there. So I'm very confident of that. The only thing I was holding back on was whether or not to turn Zuniga into a wing back on support. I may even have gone that route so that I get a really aggressive overload happening in midfield when we move the ball through the transitions. But I elected not to do it because we were playing against Manchester United. The downside is we've lost Pipoli to an injury. Kevin Jackman needs to rest for a few days. But our next match is going to be against the Basel. Maybe we can afford to rest a few of our players against Basel. It's a home game. We've been on a nice winning streak. And this tactic from Burtko is will be available for download. Now, there's not really much that needs to be done. It's a good tactic. But the differences between his tactic and my version, not very many. I use an F9 to create more movement for us on the counter and overloads. I use it because I have my player, I don't really think he's going to be suited for the complete forward in this system. So this is just the difference between the two tactics. I'll probably put both tactics up for download if you guys are keen, but honestly, yeah, make it easier for you guys. If you found this show useful, please like and subscribe to the show. Now, I've been talking about overloads. I've done a video on overloads. I hope that helps. How I analyze the game, I do that with another video. Is how to use stat zone in FM, as well as the how not to lose to United's 4-2-3-1. So we haven't lost to United's 4-2-3-1 since I did that video. So it's kind of, man, can you imagine if I started losing to United's 4-2-3-1? It'd be kind of embarrassing. So thank you for watching the show. If you have any questions, please find me on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank each and every patron out there for continuing the support of this channel. You've been fantastic, and I don't know what to say. I'm truly humbled. Everybody, have a good one. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.